In the words of Rob from Comic Explained, son, Deadpool and Wolverine finally came out into theaters, and I've already seen it twice in one day. But I'm not going to be talking about this movie in a review sense. I actually want to answer the question if this movie does, in fact, save the MCU or not, as most people claim. See, ever since Endgame, everyone knows the MCU has had some bumps in the road, and a lot of people have started saying that Deadpool 3 needs to save the MCU from its lack of quality or storyline within the overarching narrative of the saga. And my answer to that is no, and yes, kind of at the same time. There is going to be heavy spoilers, and I mean heavy spoilers, for Deadpool and Wolverine, so if you haven't seen the movie yet or plan to, which you should, because no matter what, this is a balls to the wall movie that is so different from previous things in universe. But yeah, with that out the way, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. We're so close to 1K, and let's get right into this video. So the running theory out there is that Deadpool 3 needs to quote-unquote save the MCU and get them out of this little rut they found themselves in with creativity and quality. And while I can see the arguments there, I don't think this movie was trying to do that in any means of the way, nor should it even be that easy. Being able to watch it twice in the first day rounded out my thought process for this movie. And my first viewing, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, why are they doing this? Or is there going to be more to this? And I was straight up having what some people kind of probably felt with Multiverse of Madness. I was overhyping and over-expecting the whole fuck shebang, if you will. And that's where I believe as fans we kind of went wrong again. See, this movie was never trying to make it its mission to save the MCU, but it was trying to give its final goodbye to the superheroes that were easily forgotten in the past, or so old, you know, throughout all these years. And then you have characters like Gambit, that never got made. But that kind of makes for one of my most enjoyable aspects that comes from this movie. And yeah, I know the story can seem very not there at moments, but I'll discuss my feelings on that in a later part of this video. Deadpool being meta is no shock to his character, and I mean, it's what's helping make his personality within these three movies. So you take his character and slap him within a new universe, you're obviously going to get some new commentary on that aspect, but you're also going to naturally get some kind of send-off for the original Fox universe as well. We take this long-awaited character team-up between Wade and Logan, and it fucking delivers. Like, seriously?
Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go.
And just watch them on this adventure to save the Fox universe with some hiccups along the way. And that's what this movie wants to do. It wants to show us things we've never seen before, like the OG Wolverine costumes within this movie, or even iconic comic book moments and things that we are like, huh, this is the best they could have probably done. Showing us Wolverine's accurate kind of fighting styles, and Johnny Storm or Gambit and his commentary about not having his own universe because, well, his movie was never made. You know, it was to give the fans and characters of the universes their own kind of send-off in a way. I'm not saying that we're never going to see these characters again, because Secret Wars, of course. And I know an argument could be made that this movie didn't really set anything crazy up for the rest of the universe, but it clearly teased us Secret Wars, along with showing that these universes can be saved now from destruction. So take that kind of as you will. But back on track, this movie was necessary and did need a finale for these characters in a way that kind of doesn't, in my opinion, just have them show up and do nothing or get killed. Multiverse of Madness. What? Did I say that? I still like it though. It makes them working plot characters, minus one fiery friend. That was kind of cool though. And this brings me to my second point, why it can't save the MCU inherently. Now, putting so much on this movie, such as that task, it's just not gonna happen. See, Deadpool movies are traditionally so different from the main MCU formula, and while I think it'd be a nice break from that, it's not up to this movie to put everything back on track. You know, its identity is so coded that you're kind of asking the impossible here.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
And to solidify a better aim for the universe, I'd put more weight on a movie like Fantastic Four, etc. Things that are supposed to deal with grander plot points or characters within the universe. Now, I won't say this movie doesn't do any saving, because it surely does for me, at least in a personal way. This movie's gotta be one of the funniest and most enjoyable projects out of the past couple of phases. While this movie's plot is very kind of hush-hush when it comes to the complexity or clearness it delivers on that, the enjoyment factor is some cool shit that I've wanted to see in a while. An example could be this movie versus, what was the last movie, like The Marvels? You know, I like The Marvels, to be completely honest, but I can say it's without its flaws, just like Deadpool. But The Marvels, when you leave that theater, for me at least, it kind of left you with that feeling, I won't say emptiness per se, but more a lack of discussion outside of the theater. Yes, you got moments like the Young Avengers reference and Beast in the credit scene, I'm pretty sure, but it doesn't do much other than that when you're leaving the theater but confusion or a lack of interest, I guess. guess. And again, like I said, I like the Marvels, but when I step into the theater for Deadpool and then step out, I have the same kind of whoa type of enjoyment I've really only felt in projects like No Way Home or Guardians 3 and Wakanda Forever since these last couple of phases. And I think that's one of the things Marvel should really be doubling down on and help to guide the MCU back on track. I know every movie can't be something massive or grandiose, but give us cool ass moments and don't be afraid to try something different at times. Get the hype back into the movies, because no matter what, they're gonna get money regardless. Don't quote me on that, by the way, but having us leave the theater with that urge to discuss or watch something like new Rockstars breakdowns and discussions, other podcasts and more, for me this movie didn't fix all the MCU issues currently, and just clearly wouldn't, but it did kind of fix my enjoyment and hype for these films. Shit, it has me wanting to binge the entire universe again, but shit, them shows is lengthy, my boy. And shit, in the words of the man himself, sometimes you gotta run before you can walk, and right now we're moving from a walking position to a light jog momentarily. I don't know if that made sense. I just thought it sounded kind of wise. I don't know. It really doesn't. While being a good movie with some flaws, there's always going to be something about some movies that doesn't work for everyone, and the hate is always louder than love, so you truthfully never hear the end of the complaining, to be real. And for every good project, there's people that are bound to not like the next one, and that's okay. I think as long as they gradually build up that hype and enjoyment while making a bit of sense here and there, I think we'll be alright. We just gotta make sure we don't over-expect things or over-indulge in rumors, i.e. like Dazzler or the Endgame's rumor scene for Deadpool, or whatever kind of theories are out there. Just take everything with a grain of salt unless you're told outright. And that's kind of my main point on this video though, and time will tell and the fans will talk, so let's just see how it goes. I could go all day with this movie, but it'd be a super long video. So I'm gonna encourage you to watch and make your own theories up and decisions for this video and movie. Deadpool and Wolverine at the very beginning were never meant to save the Marvel universe. It was meant to end their own universe. So take that as you will, I guess.
I don't mean right now.
I'm gonna rip you in half now.
That is such a juggernaut thing to say. Oh my god! Oh my god, I can't feel my legs!